everybody, welcome back to my channel. And today I wanted to share a very special bracelet with you. And it's not this one here. This is my first bracelet that I designed and I shared with you guys in a previous video. But the next bracelet I'm going to show you is my second bracelet that I have ever designed. I think of this one as my grandma bracelet. A lot of these charms remind me of my grandma. And I had a very special relationship with her. And she passed away when I was pregnant with my daughter. And there's a lot of charms on here that remind me of my grandma. And as I find others, I add them. It's a very sentimental bracelet for me, and I thought I would share with you what I have on it. So this is my second bracelet ever that I've designed with Pandora. And so the first charm I want to share with you is this older turtle charm. And I know Pandora released a second turtle charm that has CZs on it. But I really like the detail of the shell. And we used to have a pet turtle. We lived close to a golf course. And unfortunately, the Western painted turtle, they lay eggs in the sand pits of the golf course. And when the little baby turtles hatch, unfortunately, a lot of them get run over by the golf carts. So one of my neighbors told me that some of the baby turtles had hatched, and me and my kids went after hours and we started picking up all these little baby turtles and taking them down to the lake and just to help them out. So this little turtle reminds me of that. We kept a little guy that was extremely little and he wasn't moving too well. So we actually kept him for 2 years and got him nice, big and pudgy, and then released him back to his natural habitat. So this turtle is in memory of our wonderful pet, and I will always have that memory of him. The next charm I have on here is the turquoise Zen. And this charm was a gift from my brother. My brother doesn't buy me a lot of gifts. For him to buy this for me was pretty special. And this charm has a special meaning for me. So it made it onto this bracelet. And I'm happy to have it. It's a beautiful, dark, deep turquoise charm. And then next up, I have a beautiful strawberry. This is one of Pandora's originals. I think it might even be in the original 15. I'm not sure. But this charm here is like a beautiful, original, classic Pandora. And my grandma used to have the biggest strawberry patch in her garden. And my daughter gifted me this charm. This is the very first charm that she went up with her daddy and she picked out for me. So it is this very special charm, and it reminds me of my grandma's big strawberry patch that she used to share with us galore. I miss those strawberries. Okay, so next up is the cow charm. So he's pretty detailed. He's got some spots. Or she's detailed. She has some spots on her back, on her little rump, and she's a beautiful little cow. My grandma used to tell me stories how she grew up on a farm, and part of her job was milking the cow, and it just kind of reminds me of her stories. And then next up, I have the blue vines. And this one here was picked for this bracelet partly because of its color and partly because my grandma used to wear a lot in this shade of blue. It really matched her coloring. She went gray, she actually went white. She got white hair quite early in life, and she looked stunning with her white hair. And she used to wear this icy pale blues, and it was just gorgeous on her. The clips I chose were the Starburst clips. no special meaning there, but I just thought they would look really nice on this bracelet. And then the next is the birthday bloom, and I believe this is the May. It's got the green center. And my grandma, as well as doing a lot of vegetables and fruit, she loved planting flowers. So she had so many rose gardens and perennials, so that reminds me of her as well. And this charm here is a gift from my niece when she went to visit Australia, and she brought me back this beautiful little koala bear as a present. So this one made it on this bracelet. And this next charm here is very special to me. I can't say exactly why, other than my grandma had piercing bright blue eyes. Like, she was a stunning lady. And there's something about this blue topaz, it's the daisy charm with blue topaz, that just kind of, I don't know, it just drew me to it. And it just reminded me of my grandma's eyes and her love for flowers. And I don't know why, but this charm is grandma. And then next up, I've got a blue topaz spacer, and I think they call these the Moonlight Kiss charms. It's beautiful, like the sheen and the way it plays with light. These are beautiful charms. And then next up, I've got a little giraffe, and my grandma loved animals. And so she used to have this open shelf in her living room with a lot of ceramic animals. And so she traveled quite extensively, and it seemed like, sorry, my son is sick in the background if you hear coughing. She traveled extensively, and it seemed like a lot of her mementos that she brought back were animal related. And I know she had an ornament with a giraffe that I used to play with as a kid. I used to take it off the shelf and play with it, and that's what this charm reminded me of. And then next up is an oldie, and this one here is a rare Pandora charm, and I know it's quite sought after, and it is the dinosaur. And this guy I got pre-loved a long time ago from a lady that bought it in Australia, I believe it was. And then she moved local, and for some reason she sold it. And I love this charm. Like, this dinosaur is fantastic, beautifully done. Love the detail on him. And this one here reminds me of my son. He had so many dinosaurs, those big plastic ones that were like, you know, big. And he loved his dinosaurs. So that is a wonderful memory for me. Next up, I have the turquoise butterfly charm. And I bought this one for personal reasons. I won't go into it, but it has a significant meaning to me. And I reached a goal, and I felt free like a butterfly. So that's why I purchased this one. And then we've got the dog. This is Pandora's, one of their first dogs. And some people say it looks like the Target dog with the eye patch. But like I said earlier, in an earlier video, I've got a dog. Oh, and here's another dog. My son gave me this charm as a gift about a year ago. And we adore our dog. Our family dog means a lot to us. So he's very special to us, and these dog charms made it on this bracelet. And then I've got the happy fish. This is Pandora's first fish that they came out with. Beautiful details. He kind of looks like a puffer fish in a way, which reminds me of some trips to Mexico. And I love all animals and creatures, and I love my fish in my fish tank, so my kids know that. It's a very special memory we have of going to the pet store and picking out a new fish for the tank. So this was a gift from my kids, probably about 6 years ago. And I love this charm. So that is my grandma bracelet. And it's very special to me. I recently shared a haul where I purchased this beautiful charm here, the Blue Daisy. And the reason why I purchased this one is immediately it brought back a memory of traveling to the greenhouse with my grandma. And she loved buying pansies. And her favorite were the indigo color pansies, which kind of reminded me of the center of this. Pandora doesn't have a pansy charm, so this is charm that I can think that reminds me of Grandma's favorite indigo flowers that she used to love to put in her garden. And so I thought I would add this charm to this bracelet. And so now the big question is where to add it. I'm thinking it's gonna go right here, and I'm gonna put this beautiful little dog. Either one of these dogs are gonna go on my family bracelet, and I'm gonna put this beautiful pansy there, and I will share it with you. So here's what the Blue Daisy looks like on the bracelet. And I think it looks very well there. The only thing I noticed, and doesn't it always seem like when you need to make a change, it's always at the end, so you have to unthread all the beads. The only thing I noticed is I put my fish and my puppy charm facing the opposite direction, and that bugs me. So I'm gonna have to unthread them all and fix it. But in the meantime, here is my bracelet, the second bracelet I designed that I lovingly refer to in my mind as my grandma bracelet. And thank you so much for letting me share this with you. And I really appreciate all your support and your comments and your likes. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And I hope you all have a fabulous day. Thank you. Bye-bye.